And for Navarrete, it's legacy and potentially upward. He's boldly already talking about carrying 130 pounds and becoming a 3-division champ. Massive business to handle, and it begins now. Tim Bradley, what are you looking for early?
Well, I'm trying to see the game plan of Diaz. He told us in the fighter meeting that he's going to be using his legs to create opportunities because he's seen what frustrates Navarrete. It's the movement. And for Navarrete, I'm looking for him to close the gap, do what he always does, storm.
Well, that's the right idea. Foot movement, the right kind of movement, not wasted, and the right distance and range, and then countering when Navarrete makes mistakes. That's how you take a fighter's punch count down.
That's what he has to do. Every mistake and every time Navarrete lunges forward, he needs to make him pay.
See Diaz looking out for that uppercut.
Lead uppercut with the left hand from distance. I mean, 8-inch reach advantage. You can see rehydrating how much bigger Navarrete looks compared to what we saw him on the scale yesterday at the weigh-in.
Now, like what Diaz is doing right now, he came out moving and then he realized, well, wait a second, I don't have to move that much, at least not right now. So that's a good thing. He's not giving up unnecessary energy.
Put a left hand to the body just underneath that right elbow. Tried to time a right hand over the top. Navarrete so awkward, so unorthodox with his approach, unconventional in how he throws his punches and where he throws them from. Right hand got in the combination there from Navarrete. There's that lead left uppercut again, and able to have head movement away from the left hook of Diaz.
Tess, Navarrete fights like, you know, he's on a different station. It's awkward. It's definitely awkward, but at the same time, it's kind of off rhythm. When he attacks you, it's when you least expect it.
3-punch combination finished with the left uppercut. Opens up with a wide sweeping left hand to close out round number 1. Title on the line at 126 pounds. Remember, Christopher Diaz wanted to limit. In that first round, he only threw 40. However, he outlanded Diaz 13-6. Start of round number 2.
I think Diaz did exactly
there it is.
What you're supposed to do when you're facing an awkward fighter. You don't get awkward with them. You stay composed and you stay under your feet, meaning both of your feet are equally spread apart, shoulder length apart, and you're in position to punch.
And Tim, your there it is was brought about by the counter right hand over that jab of Navarrete.
That's what you need to do. You need to time it. Navarrete, he shoots his punches from his hip sometimes, and you can catch him over the top if you counter him, if you time him perfectly, as you saw Diaz did with the right hand.
That's what I've been talking about power boxing, where you get your shots off, you commit, but you don't give anything back. You make Navarrete work for everything that he gets.
Bernardo, I'm curious to know what you have found out about that knee wrap on the left leg of the champion Navarrete.
Actually confirms it. I asked his camp and they said, no, he's fine. But it's obvious that that was true. But he said, look, we trained, we did what we needed to do, but we'll see how it plays out during this fight against the mobile fighter like Christopher Diaz.
See, I love the eyes of Diaz. Every time he makes a move, he's thinking about defense afterwards, because Navarrete, he will attack you after you work some offense. Ooh, big right hand.
And then on the inside, Diaz getting off to that body. Navarrete placing that right hand moments ago. 3-punch combination from Diaz.
Nice feint right there.
See what he can draw out of it next time.
Diaz tried to feint the jab and come around with that hook, but he just missed. He tips himself off.
End of 2. The right hand counters, Tim. They will be critical for Diaz's success tonight.
Yes, it is. And I've been calling from the beginning. You know, the right hand right over the top. That's how you take a jab away. And then he timed the uppercut of Navarrete right over the top with the right hand. That punch will be there for Diaz even later in this fight.
You know, I talked about Navarrete tipping himself off. He'll have a certain speed that he comes forward, and when he wants to mount an attack, he'll start to duck and start to pick up his feet and start to look like he wants to do something. Diaz is seeing that a mile away, and he's either countering or getting out of harm's way.
Pedro Navarrete told me that he wants Emanuel to start cutting off the exits and pick up his work rate to break down Christopher Diaz.
Now Navarrete is trying to break the rhythm and timing of Diaz.
He just did.
That's what he's doing. Now he's picking up the pace.
Good shot. That awkward, long lunging left hand from the champion. And now this is the volume, and this is the offensive attack we're used to seeing from Navarrete.
Yeah, that's vintage Navarrete right there.
And then he finds his opponent, Diaz, off balance, and he immediately lunges in and comes with the left uppercut again. This is a very strong-looking third round for Navarrete.
But Diaz should have known that there was going to be moments like this, a championship fight.
Now let's see if Diaz can change or mount his own attack. Maybe change the game plan a little bit. One of the things that you can do when you have a fighter like Navarrete that gets off and gets going, you got to tie him up, break his rhythm. That's what you do. You don't want him to work, tie him up. It's a part of boxing. There it is. Diaz now is stalking, looking for the fight.
Right hand comes in from Navarrete. There are those opportunities to punch within these big punches that many have described as long and slow, but we know they've been effective. Left hand to the body from Diaz. Right.
And when you think he's going to rest, he's punching. When you think he's out of position, he's actually in position. That's what's difficult to deal with.
See a little bit of swelling under the eye, the right eye of Diaz. We'll monitor that. Big output in that round from Navarrete. Dre, if you had to explain to somebody how Emanuel Navarrete fights, look no further than what we saw in that third round with this punch.
As awkward as it may seem, this is vintage Navarrete, where he seems out of position, he leaps in, but you got to remember, for a guy that's 5'7", he has a 72-inch reach. I had a 72-inch reach as a super middleweight and light heavyweight, so that's not normal for this weight class and for this height. That's how he's able to reach guys when they think they're out of range.
26-7 connect advantage. 25 power punches out of 54 thrown in that third round. Solid round for the champ.
Nelson Rodriguez told me that Christopher Diaz worked on Navarrete's awkwardness, and he says, look, we're going to keep changing the speed, moving the pace so that Navarrete cannot get comfortable. We think we're up 2-1 so far.
Nelson Rodriguez, 44-year-old, longtime trainer who's had world champions before. They feel like they put forth a good camp. I just think when you say something like that, how do you replicate what Navarrete does, what Navarrete is with sparring?
You cannot. I mean, I think to translate what the coach is saying is basically we have a game plan for the awkwardness, but you can't, you've never been in there with a guy like this, and there is no sparring partner that you can find that fights exactly like this guy.
Suéltalo, let's go, nice and clean, let's go.
Trying to sweep to that body with the right hand. You see in the corner of your screen there, May 22nd, undisputed junior welterweight championship on the line. 2 belts for Ramirez, 2 belts for Taylor. They're going to collide on ESPN from Vegas on May 22nd. That's a dynamic fight coming up in May. Good exchange that time. Right hand scored. Navarrete now closing in behind the jab. Diaz doing a good job of blocking that right hand, and then he goes to the body with a left of his own. Digs underneath the elbow.
Yes, that's the answer right there. If you're Diaz, you're already the shorter fighter. You have shorter arms when you're down there.
Oh! There's that left lead uppercut, and the knockdown is scored.
6, 7.
Never saw it.
His signature punch, and he cashes in. Let's see how Diaz looks here. 25 seconds to survive round 4. Knockdown scored by the champ. Navarrete tries to get the right hand in. Diaz moves out to the side. And now he punches back with a sweeping left of his own. But you never know when it's coming. When you least expect it, there it is. His signature punch.
This is just so hard to defend against. The uppercut right up the middle. You think that you covered up, you think that you have your guards up, and he splits it with a beautiful uppercut as Diaz tried to move out to get away from his attack.
But it was that feint. It was the feint with the right hand. He looked as if he wanted to throw it. Diaz expect that right there. Diaz covered up with the left hand, and he never saw the left uppercut getting through. It was the feint that set that shot up. And typically it's the shot that you do not see that does the most damage.
And how about the angle from that neutral corner camera right at the level of the canvas? Spectacular work from Navarrete. 10-8 round scored in round number 4. Navarrete, just that one single shot. 54-33 total connect advantage for the champion.
Tried it again, right there.
See, a lot of people think that Navarrete don't have an IQ. He has an underrated ring IQ. I know what you see. It don't look pretty, but he knows what he's doing and how to set up his power shots.
How much does what just happened in round number 4 take Diaz off his game plan of what he wanted to achieve in the first half of this fight?
Well, if he wants to win a world title, it can't take him too far off his game plan. I can't tell you the amount of times you got to keep yourself together and get yourself together after maybe a knockdown, or you get hit with a shot and you're buzzed, or you lost a round or 2. This is what championship boxing is about. You got to figure out a way to work through it and get yourself back in the fight.
He's looking for that right hand, trying to time it. Well, you look at Navarrete's body right now. You look at his size, you look at his frame, his length, his reach, and you just shake your head and say, how in the world did this guy make 122 pounds? How?
We asked him if he had a nutritionist. He said, no, I don't like those. He said, I want to eat what I want to eat. He said, in fact, I eat food from my town, and if I don't feel comfortable. I respect it.
No. Limpio, suéltale. Sit back, no tiren. Let's go.
He's the one that brought it up to us. We didn't ask him about what his future holds. He said he started asking us about matchups at 130 pounds. Diaz looking to place that left hand between Navarrete's non-stop attack here in round 5. Good stuff here. Final minute of round 5.
It's about to turn into a fight.
Earlier than expected. We're in round 5.
He also said that if he feels like the fight is starting to slip away, he's going to go for broke. I don't think he's quite there yet, but you see Diaz taking some shots and trying to take advantage of some opportunities.
Which is exactly why I asked you, Dre, how much did that uppercut, putting him down in the 4th round, alter the early game plan? You start to get the answer as he comes ahead with a 3-punch combination. Silver Spurs Arena, Kissimmee, Florida. A sellout crowd of what's been allowed with the COVID protocols. Round number 6 of our World Championship fight. WBO Featherweight title on the line. Navarrete's first defense at 126 pounds. A taller, longer champion in the black trunks scored the knockdown in round 4 against the local favorite, Christopher Diaz. He has a 71-43 connect advantage, does Navarrete.
Diaz right now is doing the right thing, trying to get into the body of Navarrete. He understands that when he hits him down to the body, he doesn't work. He doesn't work as much as he does from the outside. Get down to that body.
and he's going to have to walk through some punches to do it. But Navarrete's normally used to being the guy who's backing fighters up. So when you turn the tide, you see Navarrete looks just a little bit different on his back foot.
They're right in the kitchen, and they're exchanging.
See how he whips his body around to get that uppercut? Straight rotation right there from Navarrete to be able to throw that uppercut right in the midst of fire. Look at that. Oh.
That's the answer for Diaz.
The body work.
Navarrete's a pro, so he won't show it on his face.
No.
But trust me, he's feeling those body shots. The only punch that Diaz has gotten a reaction from Navarrete about is body shots.
I'm seeing the same thing, partner.
Warning from Samuel Burgos. There's a left hand right on the belt line again.
But the dangerous thing for Diaz going down to the body, he has to be careful with those uppercuts.
That uppercut.
Sneaking underneath, because when you go to the body, you're exposed for the uppercut.
And that's what floored him in round 4.
Navarrete's got to find a way to get Diaz back on his back foot. Looks like a different fighter backing up.
And did you see that left hand that he just threw?
Good combination from Diaz.
It looked like the body shots are starting to affect him right now.
Navarrete tried to sell it.
He did. He looked at the ref. Ref said, that was good. Let's go. Landed a fight-high 14 total punches.
Listen, Tess, Diaz is going to have to play Russian roulette in this fight. You know, the weakness of Navarrete is in the inside. He has to get to the body. But like I said, he's exposed for the uppercut, as you can see right now.
No, that body shot was good right there.
Very good exchanges to open up round 7. Oh, he just missed on that right hand over the top of the left of Navarrete. Navarrete has come out throwing combinations. Now on the inside, Diaz, the shorter man, shorter arms, has to get to work when he's there. Both men opening up. This is taking on a really good tone, isn't it? Good pace here as they are just throwing.
There's always a wrinkle. There's always an opening for your opponent. Nobody's invincible. And Navarrete's weakness is going backwards and on the inside. Doesn't mean he won't punch, but he's vulnerable. Diaz has to fight this kind of fight if he's going to give himself a chance to win.
Dre, you mentioned it in round 5 that he had said if it gets to the place of desperation, he'll fight to the level of desperation.
But sometimes the game plan A doesn't work.
Right.
And you got to be flexible to make in-fight adjustments. Those that do oftentimes go on to win. Those that don't, they typically lose.
He's trying to time that right hand.
Uh-oh.
Remember, he got the warning for this earlier. Oh, boy. This is what just happened. Hit him in that kidney area. Now, a few rounds ago, we saw him with 3 punches and the warning from Burgos. So a point deduction in round number 7. There's already a 10-8 round banked with the knockdown. Now the point deduction here. Diaz has to hit the gas pedal.
You're in the corner of Diaz. You got to tell your fighter, plan A is out the window. Keep a tight defense, and you got to fight fire with fire. That's how Diaz can win this fight.
Look at this stuff.
He can't outbox Navarrete.
No, he cannot. Ring too small for that. And Navarrete cuts off the ring very, very well.
And his arms are too long.
Here comes the answer. The answer's coming right now from Diaz.
See a little bit of blood from the nose of Diaz. They've been trying to take care of some swelling that showed up earlier just above the right eye. Reaching with that right hand. Oh, there's that uppercut. Two-punch combination from Navarrete. Tried to wrap around the left hand under the right elbow as well.
Navarrete cool under fire.
A lot of action here in round 7. A lot of action. Navarrete landed 28 of 83. Diaz 20 of 78. But it was outstanding action, and things have changed in terms of how Diaz has to go about it. 68-63, 10-8 fourth round with the knockdown, 10-8 seventh round with the point deduction. Nelson Rodriguez is the trainer of Christopher Pitufo Diaz, the title challenger here. Don't wait for the referee. You just keep punching. Just keep punching. Oh. This is what we've trained for. This kind of a war.
Let's go, let's go.
Navarrete is sitting back. He's looking for the uppercut. That's what he's looking for. He's looking to line one up. Vicious uppercut on Diaz.
Diaz took an angle, tried to place the left hand going off to the right.
Test the body work of Diaz is paying good dividends. You can see the effect. You see the lows in offense from Navarrete.
See if Diaz can get back to it. Can target that belt line. There's the lead left uppercut. That time it was blocked on the inside. Four-punch combination from Navarrete. Diaz has to take those steps forward, and he does. Uppercut in the midst of it, and he goes down again. Beautiful combination from Navarrete.
6, 7, 8.
Look at the blood coming from the face of Diaz. 1 minute to go in round 8. The champ in control.
Oh, brutal shot right there.
Such a thud. Uppercut comes in. Diaz is wrapping up.
Let's go.
Navarrete. Straight back goes Diaz, and coming forward like a freight train comes Navarrete. Second knockdown scored of this 8th round. Bloodied, battered, damaged is Diaz.
He got to leave it all out there, Tess. He got to fight.
He's going for broke.
Just fight.
Throwing it all out there while taking extreme punishment.
You okay? You okay? Listen, we good, fantastic. Listen to me. You cannot stay in the middle with him, Papa. All right. This is the 9th coming up. Listen to me. There's no tomorrow. You hear me? There's no tomorrow. Let's box. Take a deep breath again. You don't got nothing, bro. You don't got nothing. Listen, here you go. There's some water. Chris, listen to me. You cannot stay in front of him. Okay? Use your fucking legs and box.
There's no tomorrow. He was hurt badly in that 8th round. Down twice. Navarrete landed 28 power punches in that 8th round. His high total so far in this fight.
Nelson Rodriguez just told me, look, Christopher is a puncher. We've got a puncher's chance, but he's got to do this, and he can't stand in front of Navarrete.
Diaz now choosing to get back on his bike. Navarrete was too strong in the inside for him.
He's feinting that lead left uppercut.
He's looking to line it up, Tess. I'm telling you. My man Navarrete got a high IQ.
Good combination from Diaz. When he had a moment of opportunity, he took it, and Navarrete comes firing right back.
Team Diaz is running out of game plans. They started off boxing, that didn't work. They went inside, that didn't work. And now Coach Nelson Rodriguez is calling for his fighter to go back outside. Navarrete has had an answer for everything that Diaz has tried to do.
Everything.
He has scored 3 knockdowns tonight.
It's nights like this where you come to grips with how bad you really want it. And I don't think it's a desire thing with Diaz. He doesn't have any answers.
Oh my goodness. It's
Look
those
at this
shots
combination.
Just doesn't have any answers.
It's that offense, Dre. That's what it is. That offense. That's heavy leather right there.
Throws himself off balance.
Knocked himself down.
Throws himself off balance just by the roaring wave of offense that he produces. Remember, Bernardo talked about the damaged knee in training camp, and you see him wearing that brace, so who knows how his support is when he does get thrown off to that left side.
Got to keep an eye on that.
Diaz with an opportunity and placed a right hand in the midst of those punches. What Mike Basil, the cut man, had to deal with after that 8th round. And he comes out and still is game.
Give him some water. Pour some water over him. Come on, it's in the bag.
You see his left foot slip there. It can happen in the middle of the ring where you have the logo that can get a little more slip. We heard the champ's cousin, his trainer, 39-year-old Pedro Navarrete, who is a former pro fighter himself, pro fighter who suffered 22 losses in his career, but he's been a very good trainer with his cousin. Say, how do you feel? And the champ just gave his cousin a smile.
So it leaves a fighter like Diaz searching for answers while the long-armed Navarrete is punching from all different angles. Tough spot for Diaz.
Andre's card is dotted with damage to Diaz. The 3 knockdowns, you got a 10-7 8th round with 2 knockdowns there.
So what you're saying, Tess, is that Diaz needs a knockout to win this fight.
And how?
Got a couple more rounds, and I'm sure he's going to get real busy with those hands in the next couple of rounds.
Just pulled the trigger with the right hand up top. And Navarrete just got away from. Hands were down, and that left hook came in.
Navarrete got a chin on him.
What did he say to you when we met with him yesterday about not being hurt?
He said he's never been hurt. He's never been down. And he's a young guy. You know, he can take a lot. Dre, I got a question for you, my man, partner. Can anybody at 126 right now beat this fighter that we're seeing right now in Navarrete?
It's a tough guy to beat, Tim. It's a tough question. Tough question to answer right now, but he's going to be a tough out for anybody. It's going to be a tough out for anybody. And I like what Navarrete said. It's something I always said in my career. He said, if I get beat, it's not going to be easy.
Dre, I'm going to go on record and say that there's no one at 126 pounds, if he finishes this fight on his feet, can beat Navarrete.
Emanuel Navarrete has been in complete control. Christopher Diaz has had his moments. He's been fiery. He's been game. He's been willing. But Navarrete, so unconventional, so powerful, so long, and he's done serious damage. Diaz, 6 minutes to try to find something
that Navarrete doesn't see, and hope that you can hurt him, buzz him, and get his attention, even though you haven't hurt him to this point. But sitting back and just let Navarrete tee off at will is not the answer.
Well, the biggest issue is he's moving right now, but the biggest issue is when he sits in front and he puts those earmuffs on. That's the problem that Diaz made. It allows Navarrete to tee off on him, go down to the body, and then come up with the uppercut. See, the biggest thing about inside fighting, a lot of people don't really understand is that positioning is very important. And the most important thing is your head positioning. Where you keep your head. If you keep it in the middle, it's going to get knocked off. If you keep it off to the side, you're in a safer place than keeping it directly in the middle.
See the blood coming from the nose and mouth of Diaz?
Looks like a beat-up fighter. Tess.
He took huge damage in that 8th round. Huge damage.
Just got hit with 3 punches on that same nose. Tess.
He's absorbed 202 punches. 186 of them are power shots from a powerful featherweight. Want to let everybody know that at the conclusion of our championship fight, we're going to go over to the ESPN app, ESPN Plus, for extended coverage of this spectacular night of fights. Here's Diaz trying to get to the inside, and Navarrete returning fire.
That's some kind of courage right there from Diaz. That shows you how bad he wants this fight. He wants to win this fight. He hasn't given up.
He doesn't know how to give up. That's not who he is. Look at him getting right into the furnace with a guy who has put this kind of damage on him. Nelson Rodriguez calmly telling Diaz, I have faith in you. There's no pain, there's no pain, there's no pain. As he's looking at that face filled with pain. And look at how Diaz responds. And look at how Navarrete is willing to dish more out. As Diaz is moving forward, lands a right hand. And he's got Navarrete against the ropes. And Navarrete says, we can do this all night long. 12th and final round, title on the line. How tough is Diaz?
That's what we're witnessing right now.
Navarrete continues to go to his head. Diaz continues to snowplow forward and just punch and hope and look for something. Navarrete in complete control, having dominated, scored 3 knockdowns, up huge on the scorecards. And yet Diaz is landing some right hands here in this 12th and final round. Desperate for a knockout.
Tess, and you're wondering how Diaz is able to do this after taking those shots and being down. I'm going to tell you right now, it's emotion. He's thinking back of how hard it took him to get here. He's thinking about his kids. He's thinking about everything right now in his life.
Strip it down to its pure essence. It's a magnificent sport. Making tough decisions. And Diaz has decided something here in this 12th round. He's decided to give.
Tess, this is special, Tess. This is special stuff we're seeing from both guys.
Final 50 seconds. Navarrete closing in on defending his title, and Diaz on wobbly legs. How much can you possibly take and still be giving? Oh, Navarrete's damaging him badly.
Red's got to get in there.
Damaging him so badly.
That's it, fellas.
Gotta be it.
You don't need to go anymore. That's it.
He just ragdolled him. It's over. They're up on the apron. The fight is over. You cannot possibly give more than what Diaz just gave, yet take more. Navarrete, sublime, superior performance, and the champ raised up high, defending his title. Just beautiful in every way. Beautiful fight, as lopsided as it was. That's what the sport should look like. That's how a 12th round with a title on the line should be contended.